Okay, so we have covered till magic wand. Okay, so now we will see the next important thing, that is layers. So this is a layers panel. So what is the layers panel? See, in Photoshop we use two important panels. One is tools panel. Tools panel is used for editing, image editing. Layers panel is used for layers panel is used for controlling images. Until last class we were working only on a one particular image, one single image we are selecting and then dragging that image to a new document. But now what we'll do, we will work with multiple images, more than one image. Okay, so first I am going to tell you how to open multiple image in a single document. Multiple images in a single document. Okay, let us see. And I think two students have already come now. So who are those? I think Darpan is absent, right? Okay, Darpan is absent. Yunus has come.
Yes.
And one more person has come. Sandeep. So I think Akhil is absent and okay. Who is this guy? Okay, Danush came.
Yeah, sir, present, sir.
Yeah. So only Akhil and Darpan are missing. Okay. Okay. So you write down this point. To open multiple images in a single document. Okay. Go to File, Scripts, load files into stack. Browse to the images and select any number of images. Okay. Right. So now see here. See, I will first open multiple images. See, File, Scripts, load files into stack. Okay, this dialog opens, and from here what you will do, we'll just click on this browse, and then I will browse to the images folder, and then from here I am going to select 5 images. Okay, you can select any number of images, but we will first just import 5 images into Photoshop. Okay, just I have selected 2 images. And one more thing I want to tell you, see, if you are selecting specific images, okay, not all the images but specific images, if you are selecting, you have to hold control. See, control and select like this. So this one, okay, So I am holding control and selecting, okay, like this one, this one and this one, okay, and then simply click OK. See, I have selected these 5 images, and then I will just simply click OK. So now what will happen? All the 5 images will open in a single document. See here. So if you want to see all the images, and I think all of you can see the complete Photoshop interface, right? Okay, see, and here we have an option auto select layer. So first we will turn on this option, okay, then I will show you what will happen if you turn it off. Okay, so normally if this auto select option is on, it means that the images will be selected automatically. Okay, automatically when you take your mouse and click on that image will be selected. Okay, see here. So I am going to scale down all the images. Okay, now you are able to see all the 5 images. Okay, all the 5 images you can see, and here on the right side you can see this layers panel, and each image has its corresponding layer here. Okay, each image has its corresponding layer, and we can actually give proper naming to each layers. Okay, so first thing is we will give proper naming to each layer. Okay, see here you can see 5 layers. Okay, and here also we have names for each layer. So for example, here bird flying is there, and bird flying .jpg is there. So we don't need that jpg extension, so we'll simply put to bird flying. Okay, like that. So we'll just click on that word and then give name car, and then this is cheetah. Okay, and then this is deer, and this is eagle. Like this, proper naming we have given. Okay, so before understanding the concept of layer, I am going to tell you about this auto select. Okay, like I told you, just if you take your mouse and click on that image corresponding layer or that image will be selected. Okay, when this auto select is on, and when this auto select is off, see, if now it is off, see, if I am trying to select this image, bird flying image, it's not selected, or if I am trying to select this cheetah image, it is not getting selected. Okay, so means we have to manually select the layers or manually select images. So when auto select is off, how to select? Okay, see here, you can just write down this point. Okay, to select layers, when auto select layer is off, control and click on the image to select its layer. We can also select layers by right clicking on the image and selecting the image name. Okay na? Right. Okay. See here. When auto select is off, so how to select? See, control and click on that image. See, control and click on that image, so that image will be selected. Or you can also say that image layer will be selected. Okay, it is same. Okay, image selection or layer selection, like this. You can also select in another way, that is just simply right click on the image and see the image name will appear, and you can also select that. And when the auto select is off. Okay, you can also select from layers panel actually, but sometimes what happens is we are not going to understand, means which image corresponds to which layer, because right now only 5 layers are there. Sometimes you will be working with some 50-60 layers. At that time it will be difficult to identify the particular layers. Okay, so the best way is control and click. See, this is the best option when auto select is off. Okay, now we will understand the concept of layers. See, first option is order of layers. Order. So what is the order? See, the topmost layer is the topmost layer in the layer stack. Okay, this is the layer stack. Topmost in the image or topmost layer will appear in front of all images. Okay, so means this bird flying is the topmost layer, so it appears in front of all images. The bottommost layer, which is eagle, okay, it appears behind all images. So first thing is you have to understand this layer concept. Okay, and we can also change the order of these layers. So if you want the eagle image to be in front of all images, so what you have to do, simply change the order. Select the eagle layer and then drag it above the bird flying layer. Now eagle image is in front of all other layers, like this. So this is the first thing we should know. And in case you want to put an image, a specific image behind the other image, for example, I want to put this car image behind the cheetah. So what I can do, simply select that car layer and then drag it below this cheetah layer. So now this car is behind the, below means what? Behind the cheetah layer. And in the same way, if you want to put this deer image above this bird flying, okay, bird flying image, so what you can do, select this deer layer and drag it above this bird flying layer. So what will happen? Now this deer is above this bird flying image. Okay, so like this you can change the layer stack. You can decide which image should be in front, which image should be behind, by changing the order of layer. First thing. Second thing is visibility. Visibility of layers. Right now all layers are visible, but let us say if you want to hide some of the layers, okay, see, there is a visibility icon for each layer here. So see, if I want to hide this deer layer, simply turn off this visibility icon. Eagle, bird flying, cheetah. So now, right now, all layers are hidden. And again, if you want to bring them back, again, turn on this visibility icon for each layer, like this. So visibility. See, and why this visibility icon is useful? See, when we are concentrating on a particular image, okay, we don't want all images to be visible, so we can hide some of the images for temporary period. So in that way, this visibility icon is useful. Okay, and the next thing is, see, right now we are only having 5 images. Let us say if you have 60-70 images, and you want to concentrate only on one particular image. You want to hide all the some 50-60 images you want to hide. So normally if you just click like this, it will take lot of time. See, if you just keep clicking on this visibility icon, it will take lot of time. So there is a keyboard shortcut for that. See, what is the keyboard shortcut? So what I am trying to say is, say for example, if you are working on this eagle image and you want to hide all other images, so by using a keyboard shortcut you can do that. So just write down this point. Okay, to keep one layer visible and hide all other layers, hold Alt and click on the visibility icon for this layer. Yeah, what's your name?
Sumit.
You came last class? Okay, sit. Okay. So to keep one layer visible and hide all other layers, what you have to do, see, Alt. Just hold Alt and for example, if you want to keep the eagle layer visible and hide all other layers, Alt and click on the visibility icon of eagle. See, now all layers are hidden just with one click. And again, if you want to bring them back, again Alt click like this. And the same thing, if I am working on this cheetah image, I want to keep the cheetah layer visible and hide all other layers, Alt and click. And again, if you click or if you use Alt click, everything is back. So like this we can hide and unhide the layers. Okay, so this is the next important thing. Okay, now we will see what is linking layers. Linking. Okay, say I want to link this car image and this deer image. So how we can do that? Select the car and select the deer. See how I am selecting. See, I am holding Control and selecting the deer. So if you hold Shift and select, see, you will be selecting in a sequence. But you don't want to select in a sequence. Means you don't want to select all these images. You only want to select the specific images. So Control and select this deer and car. And then what you have to do? We have to link layers. To link layers, see, you can just write down this point. So just write down this. To link layers, select two or more layers. At the bottom of layers palette, click on link icon. Okay. Right. See, I am selecting this car and deer, and then here at the bottom of the layers panel, we have an option. What is that? Link layers. See, now there is a chain link here. See, there is a chain link. Means we can operate with these two images together. See, I can move them together, I can scale them together. Okay, I can also rotate them together like this. So that is the use of linking layers. Okay, understood? See the chain link. So they will never be separated actually. Till you break the link will remain like that only. And if you want to break the link, see, it's very easy. Here at the bottom of the layers panel, again you have to click on this link icon. See, now the link is broken. Now once again, both the images are free, separate. And one more thing I want to tell you. You can also link the layers by going to the top right corner button and clicking on this link layers option. This is one good thing about Photoshop. So 2 or 3 methods are there for any task to perform, any action to perform. Okay, see, like this also you can link layers. And if you want to unlink also, just go to the top right corner and then click on this unlink layers. Like this also you can unlink. See, now both the layers are separated. Understood now everyone? If you want to link all layers, see, select all layers and then again click here. See, now there is a chain link for all layers. See, all layers are linked now. Now you can scale all layers together, rotate all layers together and move all layers together. So this is the use of linking layers. And again, if you want to break the link, just click on this link icon. And one more thing I want to tell you, see, without linking also you can operate with the 2 or more images together. But there is one problem I will show you. For example, if I want to select this cheetah and bird flying, okay, I have selected these 2 layers, okay, and I have not linked. See, I did not click on this link icon. Still I can move them together, scale them together, rotate them together, okay. But what will happen is, see, if you just click on the layer, see, again both the layers become separate layers. But if you use this link icon, what will happen? Till you break the link, both the layers are together. So that is something you should understand. Okay, right. Okay, so the next thing is, see here, duplicate layers. See, just write down this point. Duplicate layers keyboard shortcut is Ctrl+J. Okay, see here, see, we have in the first class we have already seen how to duplicate images, right? So if you want to duplicate this eagle image, what do you do? Alt and drag. Okay, already we know this. But the good thing about Photoshop is there are many ways to duplicate image. So one other way is we can use keyboard shortcut Ctrl+J to duplicate layer. So see here, eagle image is there, I am using Ctrl+J. See, now one more copy of eagle is created. And if you want one more copy, Ctrl+J again. See, one more copy. Okay, and what is the difference between this Alt drag and Ctrl+J? See, if you use Alt drag, even though you are getting a duplicate, you are manually placing the image in a specific location. Manually you are putting the duplicate image in a specific location. But if you use Ctrl+J, the duplicate will be created exactly on top of original. See, Ctrl+J, see now where is the duplicate? See, it is sitting on top of the original. See here. So that is the difference between Alt drag and Ctrl+J. Okay. Okay. Next. So we will see what is merging layers. So just write down this point. To merge layers, select more than one layer by holding Shift or Control, and keyboard shortcut is Ctrl+E. Okay. So see here, we are going to merge layers. So what is a merge layer actually? So merge layer means, see, actually making more than one layer into a single layer, converting more than one layers into a single layer. That is called merging layers. So for example, I am going to merge this eagle and deer. So I am going to select both these layers and I am going to hit keyboard shortcut Ctrl plus E. See here. See now there is only one single layer. Eagle and deer are merged. So means in this layer two images are there. Okay, and I can merge one more layer. So let us merge eagle and bird flying. Again hold shift and select both these layers and keyboard shortcut is Ctrl E. See, now these three layers are merged and we will merge one more layer, or we will merge all layers. See, just hold shift and select all these three layers and hit keyboard shortcut Ctrl plus E. See, now all layers are merged. There is only one layer here. Okay, and again if you want to go back and if you want all layers to be separate, so just use the keyboard shortcut Ctrl Z. In new versions Ctrl Z, old versions Ctrl Alt Z. Remember this. Okay, old version means 2018 or older, new version means 2020, 2021, 2019. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so the next step is we are going to merge visible layers. So we have understood what is merge layers. Merge layers means merging two or more layers. Okay, and and also see, you can use control key and select specific layers and merge them. For example, I am selecting eagle, bird, flying, car, specific layers, and then hit Ctrl E. See, now these three layers are merged. Okay, by holding Ctrl. And if you want to merge visible layers, see, there is another shortcut. So just write down this point: to merge visible layers, select any of visible layers and keyboard shortcut is Shift plus Ctrl plus E. Okay, so see, right now all layers are visible. Let us hide some of the layers. See, I have hidden three layers. Now only eagle and deer are visible. And here this time you can select any one layer. You don't have to select two layers. You can select any one layer, but the condition is that particular layer should be visible. Okay, any one visible layer you select, and then you have to use a keyboard shortcut Shift plus Ctrl plus E. See, now both these layers are merged. Like this you can merge visible layers. See, if I try to merge this cheetah layer by using Shift Ctrl E, nothing will happen, because it will work, this command will work only with visible layers. Okay, and you can also use this merge commands. In case you forgot the keyboard shortcut, you can click on this top right corner button, and then see, here we have options: merge visible, merge down. See, these options are there. In case you forgot the keyboard shortcut, just click Okay, just click like this. See, if I hit shift control E, now what will happen? All layers will be merged because all are visible like this. So this is called merge visible. Okay, right. Now the next one is merge down. Okay, so what is merge down? So just write down this point. Okay, merge down. Select any one layer. Okay, to merge a layer with the layer exactly below it. Keyboard shortcut is same, Control E. Okay, right. So see here, what is merge down? Merge down means the active layer will merge with the layer that is exactly below it. Okay, see, for example, if I have selected this cheetah, so what is the layer that is below this cheetah? Car. So this cheetah layer will merge with car, and you don't have to select more than one layer. You can select any one layer, just one layer you can select, and then you have to use the same keyboard shortcut of merge layers, that is Control E. See, this is merge down. See, now this cheetah layer is merged with car, and if I select the eagle and if I hit Control E, what will happen? This eagle layer will merge with deer. See, like this, like this. See, and again if I hit Control E, what will happen? This deer will merge with bird flying like this, like this. And again if I hit Control E, bird flying will merge with car like this. See, like this you can merge the layers with the layers that are exactly below the active layer. Okay, that is called merge down. And for merge down also, in case you forgot the keyboard shortcut, you can select a layer and then just click on this top right corner button and select this merge down.
సార్ ఒకవేళ కంట్రోల్ సైడ్ కొడుతుంది కదా బ్యాక్కి ఆఫ్టర్ అంటే కొన్ని స్టెప్స్ అయిపోయిన తర్వాత కొన్ని వేసుకొని మళ్ళీ డివైడ్ చేసుకోవాలంటే ఎట్లా కంట్రోల్
అప్పుడు వెళ్ళలేరు మీరు. సో ఆ టైంలో మీరు ఏం చేయాలంటే యూ క్యాన్ యూజ్ దిస్ హిస్టరీ ప్యానల్. So this for example, see, Control Z, if you hit Control Z, what will happen? You can only go back for some steps, but beyond that you cannot go back. So instead you can use this history panel. This history panel will record each and every action of yours from the beginning, you have, when you have created the document, till the latest action. All these actions are recorded in this history panel. So you can see, for example, if I want to go back to the first one, see, I can untitle, I can go here, see, like this. If I want to go back to come to the latest action, I can come here. See, every action is recorded in this history panel. So you can use this history panel if you can't use this Control Z. Okay, understand that, right? Okay. Now the next step is, so we understood merge down, merge visible, and merge layers. Okay, so now we will see what are the next things. See, this box is called thumbnail. Always remember that, thumbnail, thumbnail. Okay, this box, sometimes this box will not be visible. Okay, means this box means this layer panel looks a little bit different. So what we can do is, in case you are not able to find this thumbnail, so you have to click on this top right corner button, and here we have options. We have an option called panel options. Just click on that panel options, and once you open this panel options, see what you can see here, thumbnail size. So here if you select none, see, now right now you are not able to see the thumbnail. So what you have to do, again go to the panel options, and you can select a small thumbnail. See, if you click on small thumbnail, see the thumbnail size will be very small. This will be useful if you have too many layers. So if you have some 50-60 layers you are having, you want to see all those layers, then you have to reduce the thumbnail size. But if you want to enlarge the size of the thumbnail, okay, so what you can do, just go to the panel options, select the large thumbnail like this. See, now the thumbnail size is big. Okay, so like that you can adjust the size of the thumbnail. Okay, right. Next is grouping layers. Okay, so what is called grouping layers? See, just write down this point. Okay, select more than one layer and hit Ctrl G, group layers. Okay, okay. See, what is grouping layers? See here we have 5 layers. Okay, and we can group specific layers. Example, see, I can create a group called birds and put all the bird images in a particular group. So see, grouping is very much important. In the coming classes, you will be having poster design, UI design. These topics you will be learning. At that time, so we have to organize our layer stack properly. Because if all layers are open like this, it will be difficult for you to identify layers. So you have to group the layers and organize your layer stack properly. You will be having lot of work with layers. Okay, so we will group specific layers here. See, eagle and bird I am going to select. How I am selecting? Control, not shift. If you hold shift, what will happen? All these 3 layers will be selected. So we want only eagle and bird to be selected. So I will hold control and select, and then I will hit keyboard shortcut Control plus G. See, now I have created a group, and then I can give the name for this group birds. Okay, and then I will select this deer and cheetah, and I will create one more group, and then I can say land animals. Okay, like this. See, like this if you organize, it will be very easy. And where are all the images? If you collapse this group, see, now you can see all the images. See, you can also create a subgroups. So what is a subgroup actually? For example, if you want to create a group of carnivorous animals, herbivorous animals. What is carnivore animal? Carnivorous animals are those animals which eat flesh, meat. Herbivores are animals which eat grass or vegetables, vegetarian animals. Okay, so let me get the image of this cheetah. Okay, and then I will also get the image of elephant. Okay, so elephant is what? Carnivore or herbivore? I think you all have general knowledge, right? So elephant is a herbivore, right? So elephant and deer. So what we'll do? We will create a subgroup here. So and we'll give the name to that elephant, and then and here we will say cheetah. Okay, cheetah is already there, huh? Yeah, it's already there. Okay, 2 cheetahs are there. Okay, I'll say second cheetah.
Jaguar. Jaguar sir.
Jaguar, huh? Okay, whatever. Okay, see now, because this cheetah will eat flesh, right? So what we'll do, we will create a group of carnivores. Control G. Okay, select both the layers and hit Control G, and then carnivores. Okay, elephant and deer will eat what? Plants. So
Vegetarian.
herbivores. Okay, vegetarians also you can say. Okay, like this. Okay, herbivores and carnivores. See, land animals, and the subgroup is herbivores, and then another subgroup is carnivores. Like this you can create a subgroup. Okay, understood now everyone? Subgroups. And you can create more groups, like domestic animals you can create one group, and there you can put dogs, cats, cow, like that you can create. Okay, so this is just an example. Okay, but there are many other things, like in, for example, if you are designing a poster, in poster you will be having backgrounds, images, text content. So for all the text content you will be creating one group, for all images you will be creating one group, for all backgrounds you will be creating one group, for all designs you will be creating another group. Like that you will be organizing our layer stack properly. So that is very important. Okay, right. So now you understood what is grouping. See, I will give you one assignment for the next class. Okay, so what is the assignment? See, the assignment is, see, create a group of all Indian film stars. And how you have to create a groups? See, and so you have to put see how you have to organize. I will tell you. Okay, see, first row. See, first row you have to put Hindi old film stars. Okay, then Hindi new film stars, and then next second row. Okay, Telugu. Okay, Telugu old.
Sir, the room number పెట్టండి sir.
Okay, you put like that. Okay, and Telugu new film stars. So what you have to do is, top row. Okay, if you want to put Telugu, you put Telugu. See, for top row, let us say if you are a Hindi film star, old Hindi film stars photo should be on the top row. Then below you have to create a new Hindi film stars, and then you have to group these Hindi. You have to group all the Hindi actors in and put them in a group. You have to put all the Hindi actors in a group, and you have to create the subgroups of Hindi film stars. And what should be the subgroup? Old Hindi film stars and new Hindi film stars. That should be the subgroup. And the same way, one more group you have to create. That should be Telugu film stars. And you have to, inside that Telugu film stars, there should be subgroup old Telugu film stars, new Telugu film stars. Understood now? Like that you have to organize. And I will also give you one option. This is optional, this is not compulsory. You can create a third row. Okay, and you can create a old villains. Okay, and new villains. Okay, and this includes all languages. Okay, old villains, new villains. Villain, you have to create a group called villain, and in that villain group you have to create old villains, new villains. Understood? So like this you have to create a this layer stack, and the layer stack is very important here. And see, when you are organizing layers, I will tell you what. See, you have to ensure that. So let me open the history panel. So let me come back to the beginning. Okay, see, for example, assuming that this is a Hindi actors, there should be equal space here. Or try to put equal space. Say everything should have a equal spacing like this. Okay, and then the next row, second row means that old actors top row, new actors next row. See, same spacing and same sizing you have to maintain like this, and try to avoid too much empty gaps. Okay, I will also show you how to remove those empty gaps. I will bring one more image here. So let us select any of the image. See here. It's alright if it is a little bit different size, but make sure that it's almost having equal spacing. See, you can actually do one thing. See, you can use that. Can you see that pink lines? That pink lines will be helping you with equal spacing. Okay, like this you have to create. Okay, and then see, avoid this much empty space. So how we can avoid that empty space? See, just you have to crop this like this. Crop your document like this. Okay, just image and crop. See, now there is equal space on the left side and right side. Understood now everyone? So you have to organize like this. So then the third row, then the fourth row, like this you have to create. Okay, and you have to show me by next class. And did all of you complete the last class assignment? Okay, I will check after some time. I will check. Okay, in 20-30 minutes time. Okay. Okay, and we can give it a name, Shahrukh. Okay. All right, so now we understood how to group. Okay, how to group layers. Next we will see what are the next things. See, to create a new layer, just write down this point. To create a new layer, keyboard shortcut is Ctrl+Shift+N. Okay, see here, Ctrl+Shift+N. So the moment you hit Ctrl+Shift+N, see this new layer window appears. Okay, and what is that new layer? It is actually creating an empty layer. See, an empty layer. Nothing is there in that layer. So, but we can put some images or text content or whatever in that layer, and I will show you how. Okay, and one more thing I want to tell you is, see, when we are creating the group, we can also delete the group. See, for example, let me create that group again. Say I am going to select these two, Ctrl+G, okay, we will say birds, okay. And if you want to delete the group, normally if you hit delete, what will happen? Even the images inside the group will be gone. So but we don't want the images to be to go away. So what we can do is, see, two things we can do. One thing is we can simply select the image inside the group and then drag it outside the group like this. But this is okay if you have very few images. But in case you have too many images inside a group, it will be a difficult task. So what we will do? We can simply select the group and then just click on this top right corner button, and here we have an option delete group. Just click on the delete group and a message pops up. What is that message saying? Delete the group birds and its contents, or delete only the group. So what it means, if you click on this button, group and images will go away. If you click on this button, only the group will be deleted. Like this you can delete only the group. Okay, right. And I told you about how to duplicate an image. So we have seen Control J, right? Control J. See, this deer image is getting duplicated like this. Okay, just a minute. Okay, see, the deer image is getting duplicated. You can also duplicate in one more way actually. So third way, one way is Alt drag, second way is Control J, third way is select the layer and drag it on top of this new layer icon. See, we all know that new layer, Control Shift 10. Okay, you can use the keyboard shortcut to create an empty layer, or you can just click on this new layer icon. Like this also you can create empty layer. But we are right now not creating empty layer, we are creating duplicate. So the one more way of creating duplicate is simply select the layer and then drag it on top of this new layer icon. See, one more copy we have created like this. See, and if you want one more copy, just drag it on top of this new layer. See, this is same as Control J, but if you cannot use Control J, you can use this way also, this option also, to duplicate layers. Okay, right. Okay, next. See, if you want to delete a layer, normal procedure is simply hit delete. Just by hitting delete, you will be deleting the layer. But the better way of deleting layer is, instead of hitting delete, you can select that particular layer and drag it on top of this delete layer icon, which is at the bottom of the layers panel. See, this is a better way actually. Like this you can delete. And one more thing I want to tell you, if you want to group, the normal procedure is Control G. You can use Control G. Another way of grouping is, see, select these two layers and instead of hitting Control G, you can also drag these two layers over this icon. What is that icon? There is a folder icon at the bottom. See, if you just drag it on top of that folder icon, see, you are going to create a group. Like this also you can do if you don't want to use Control G, because some people have the habit of using only mouse, some people have a habit of using only shortcuts. So for those who don't like shortcuts, they can go for this method. Okay, right. So next thing is here. Just write down this point. To get selection for all images inside a particular layer, hold Control and click on layer thumbnail. Okay. See here, right now each image has its own layer actually. Sometimes what we can do is, see, sometimes if we have merged layers, for example, let us merge this deer layer and car layer. Okay, so deer and car, see, I am holding control and selecting both these layers, and then I am hitting control E. Everybody knows this, control E. See, now deer and car layer are merged. Now then, after some time we might think that we want to separate these two layers. So even if you hit control Z, it may not happen. So we have to separate the layers. So what we have to do is, we have to get a selection for both the images inside inside that particular layer. So how to get the selection? See here, control and click on this thumbnail. See, control and click on this thumbnail. See, now both these images have a selection around them. See, can you see? Now what we want to do is, I will remove the selection for a particular layer, and then I will paste it in a separate layer. So how I will do? See, I want to remove this car image from this layer and put it in a separate layer. Okay, so how we can do that? First we want to remove the selection for this deer, because we want selection only for this car, because we are trying to remove the car from this layer and putting it in a separate layer. So see here, I am selecting the marquee tool, I am holding Alt. Last class I told you, Alt and Shift. Alt is to subtract, Shift is to add. So I am selecting marquee tool, I am holding Alt, and I am removing selection around this deer image like this. Now only the selection is around this car. Now what I will do? I will cut. What is the command for cut? Control X. Huh? Control D, remove selection. That will remove for all. We want it to remove only for specific image. Okay? Control X, cut. Now we have to paste the image in a same place. Okay? See, you have to remember this. See, paste image in same place. Keyboard shortcut is Control plus Shift plus V. Okay. So I have cut the image. Control Shift V. See, now I have pasted the image in a new layer. Now I have to give a name for this layer, car, like that. Okay, understood? Like this we can cut. See, I will tell you again. See, let us actually merge this eagle and cheetah. Okay, see, the eagle and cheetah, I am holding control and selecting, and I am hitting control E, merge layers. Now again I want to separate the layers, put each image in its own separate layer. So what I have to do? I have to first get selection around these two images. So control and click on this thumbnail. Now I got selection for these two images. Now what I want to do? I want to separate cheetah. I want to put the cheetah image in its own layer. So what I have to do? I have to remove selection around this eagle. So select the marquee tool, Alt on the keyboard, and then draw selection around this eagle. Now selection is only around this cheetah. Now what you will do? Control X, cut, Control Shift V. See, now again cheetah is in its own separate layer, and then you can give name to this. Like so, like this we can actually organize layers. Okay, right. The next important things here is locking layers, opacity of layers, okay. So and also how to create a background layer. So we will see all these things now, okay. Layer is a very important thing here. So because most of the time our work will involve this tools panel and layers panel, okay. So see here, next thing is opacity. So what is opacity? Opacity is how much percentage an image is visible, okay. For example, see this cheetah image is there na. Cheetah image is 100% visible. How can I tell? See here, opacity is 100%, okay. So I can reduce the opacity here. See, now the opacity is only 60%. Now it is 50%. Now it is 40%. So what is the advantage of opacity is controlling the opacity is you can see the bottom layer. Yeah, tell me.
చీతా ఉంది కదా సార్, చీతాని మాత్రం కట్ చేసుకోండి, దాని బ్యాక్గ్రౌండ్ opacity తక్కువ చేయాలంటారా?
చీతా యొక్క బ్యాక్గ్రౌండ్
చీతా
అంటే ఈ ఏరియా అంటావా?
ఆ ఏరియా మాత్రమే ఎక్కువ తక్కువ చేయాలి.
మళ్ళీ దాన్ని సెలెక్ట్ చేసుకోవాలి. మనకి ఈ మార్కెట్ అదే క్విక్ సెలెక్షన్ ఆర్ లాజో టూల్ అలా సెలెక్ట్ చేసుకోవాలి. ఓకే, ఐ విల్ టెల్ యూ దట్. సి, let us say I am roughly selecting this, okay. Then we have to invert the selection. How we can invert the selection? See here, but the thing is we have to be careful here. See, because sometimes it might affect the actual area also. So you can do one thing, cut paste, select the cheetah only and separate the background, put it the background in a separate layer and then reduce the opacity. Like that you can do. Huh? If you want to do like that, you can do smart objects. There is a topic called smart object that I will tell you in the coming classes. Using smart object you can achieve that. Just select the smart objects are like what do you call like a separate documents, you are having multiple documents actually, okay. So how to use smart object you will be learning there. You can do, okay. Understood now what is the meaning of opacity? See right now the opacity is how much? 0%, okay, means totally invisible. And if you increase it, now it is 100%, and every layer has opacity. See, you can also have opacity for this eagle, see, like this. So you can see the bottom layer through that active layer. So that is the meaning of opacity, okay, right. Next is locking layers. See, what is the meaning of locking layers? See, here we have an option, lock position. See, locking is another very important thing, because sometimes what happens is when we are seriously working on a large project, big project, we want all images to be in a particular position. We don't want the images to change their position. Alignment should be proper. So for that reason we lock some of the images. When we are working on only a particular image and we don't want the other images to move, we lock them images. What will happen if you don't lock? Accidentally you might change their position, okay. So see here, I am going to lock the eagle image. See, there is a lock here. I can't move now. See here, message is appearing. Could not use a move tool because the layer is locked. I cannot move. See, even if I try move it, I cannot move. I cannot do anything on that image now. I can only change its opacity. See, if I want to change its opacity, I can change its opacity, but I cannot move that. But let us say if you want to lock the opacity also, means it's totally like freezing the image. So for that, you instead of using this lock position, you can use lock all. So if you click on lock all, what happens? Now even opacity is locked. You can't control even opacity also. It's like totally we have frozen the image. Okay, and you can use a keyboard shortcut instead of this button. You can also use a keyboard shortcut for locking. So just you write down this lock layers, control /. Okay, right here, see here, select this layer, control /. See, we got this. Now it is totally locked, even its opacity is locked. Okay, you select all the layers and hit control /. See, now there is lock for all the layers. Now you can't move anything, any image you can't move. All layers are locked. Okay, again you can hit control /. See, the slash is actually besides the shift button, shift key. Okay, understand that, right? So now we understood what is lock, what is opacity. Okay, and see here, there is something called flatten image. Okay, what is a flatten image? So before telling you flatten image, I want to tell you something. See, open any image, just open any image. For example, I am going to open now this elephant image. Okay, see, when you first open an image, what is the first thing you see in the layers panel? You see a background here, and there is a lock. Any image you open. Okay, see, I am opening one more image. Say I am opening this image. Okay, see, this image also has a background and it has a lock. Means every image has a default layer. One layer it will have. Every image will have one layer, and that layer is going to be a background layer. You cannot delete this layer. You cannot do any modifications on this layer, and it will have this name background. Okay, if you want to do some modifications on this layer, you have to unlock that layer. So by default, this layer will be a background layer. By default, if you open, this layer will be a background layer. You cannot control its opacity. You cannot use any other options. You cannot move that. You cannot use transform tool. You can't do anything on that layer till you unlock the layer. So to unlock the layer, one easy method is simply click on this icon, lock icon. See, now the layer is locked. Now I can move this. Okay, but if you try to move it when when it is a background layer, what will happen? See, a message appears, and what this message is saying, the currently selected layer is a background layer. You cannot move a background layer or change its stacking order, blending mode or opacity. You can't do anything with this. That is the message it is saying. And till we convert it into a normal layer. See, this option appears only in the latest versions. Okay, in old versions like means 2018, some other message will appear, not this message. Okay, see, now once you click that normal layer option, now you can move this image. Okay.
పెట్టినప్పుడు ఆ నేచర్కి తగ్గ లైటింగ్ తీసుకోవాలంటే ఎట్లా లైటింగ్,
ఆ లేయర్కి తగ్గ లైటింగ్, దాని లైటింగ్ అనేది మీకు అడ్జస్ట్మెంట్స్లో వస్తుంది. అడ్జస్ట్మెంట్స్ అండ్ ఆప్షన్స్ వస్తాయి. అడ్జస్ట్మెంట్స్లో మనం కలర్ మ్యాచింగ్ చేసుకోవచ్చు. అడ్జస్ట్మెంట్స్ అండ్ బ్లెండింగ్ మోడ్స్ వస్తాయి. ఇప్పుడు బ్లెండింగ్ మోడ్స్ యూ విల్ బి లర్నింగ్. ఓకే, ఇన్ ఇఫ్ వీ హ్యావ్ టైమ్ I will be covering today, or I will cover it in the next class. Okay, using blending modes and adjustments we can do matching. Okay, and see here, if you want if you want to merge all layers and make all these layers into a background layer, just like this one, what you can do, see, just you can go here, go to the top right corner button and select this option, flatten image. Just if you click on that, see, everything becomes a background layer. See, now you can see this. So if you want to convert everything into a background layer, you have to use this option, flatten image. Understood? Right. So now we understood actually, okay? So now understood the basic concepts of layers. Okay? So what are the things that we have left in the layers? So now one important thing we have left, that is blending modes. See, these are another powerful options, very important and powerful options, and we will be using these options again and again in the coming classes. Okay, so now I will explain to you about blending modes. Okay, see here, let me close everything here. Okay,
సరే మనం మాట్లాడండి సార్, మనం మాట్లాడుతుంది ఏంటి సార్?
ఏం మాట్లాడాలమ్మా?
మీ ఇష్టం సార్.
ఏం ఈ మధ్యకాలం ఏం సినిమాలు ఓపెన్ అయినాయా? అలానా? చూసేసారా? దానికి మనకి చాలా టైం ఉందిలే మాట్లాడడానికి. ఓకే, ఓకే, okay, I will be checking your assignments, okay, just in 10 minutes time. Okay, but before that I will just give you an introduction to blending modes, then I will check your assignments. Okay, see, what are blending modes? And blending modes, for checking the effect of blending modes, you need at least two layers. At least two layers you need. Okay, this top layer and bottom layer. See, the layer that gives effect of blending modes is called blend layer. Top layer is blend layer. The layer that is affected by blend layers is base layer, means this one. Bottom layer is base layer. The layer to which we are applying blending modes is blend layer. Blend layer and base layer. Understood? Right. See here, just if you click on this, see, there is a very big list of options. The first option is a normal. See here, nothing will be there. There is no effect with this. Okay, normal means like default option. And I have intentionally taken this particular image. What you can see in this image? You can see black and white colors. Okay, right side pure black is there, left side pure white is there, center we have gray scale, gray colors. Yeah, image.
అంటే ఈ కలర్కి ఒక స్పెసిఫిక్ ఉంది సార్, దీంతో ఏ కలర్ మ్యాచ్ చేసినా బ్యాక్గ్రౌండ్ బెండింగ్ పెట్టినప్పుడు దట్ లుక్స్ నైస్. ఇది మీరు క్రియేట్ చేసారా లేకపోతే గూగుల్ నుంచి చేస్తున్నారా?
గూగుల్ నుంచి తెచ్చాను డైరెక్ట్. క్రియేట్ చేయొచ్చు, అదే క్రియేట్ చేయడం కూడా పెద్ద విషయం ఏం కాదు, బట్ ఐ హ్యావ్ డౌన్లోడెడ్ ఇట్. ఓకే, ఓకే, see here. Here different sections are there. Okay, each section has its own specific importance. Normal section has actually no effect, like a default section. You only effect it is having is if you select the dissolve and if you reduce the opacity, see you are going to get this kind of dots, noise effect. This is the only thing that dissolve option is having. Apart from that, it is nothing interesting. Okay, but the real interesting thing will start from this next section, that is the darken section. Okay, see, I will first explain to you what are these important sections, or we can say blending modes. Okay, see, the first section is, this section is called darken section. What this section will do is, it will remove the light colors from the active layer. All the light colors means wherever white and colors close to white color are all light colors, so it will remove them. The next section is lighten section. It is like an opposite of darken. It will remove all the dark colors, black or colors close to black. Third one is component section. Contrast section. Third section is contrast section. This contrast section, what it will do, it will keep dark colors, keep light colors, but remove the medium colors or gray colors. That is the meaning of contrast section. Then the section below the contrast section is here, this one. See, each section is divided by this line, horizontal line. Okay, then this section is invert section. What this section will do, it will convert black to white, white to black, dark colors to light colors to dark colors. Then the last and final is the component section. What this section will do, it will have effect only on colors. When I say colors, I am talking about all colors except black and white. Okay, so that is how these sections are divided for blending modes. Now we will practically understand the concept of this blending modes. Okay, see, first one we will see darken. See, observe what is happening here. Right side we have full black. Okay, and slowly this black is becoming light, and here it is becoming white. So now see observe what happens to the light colors when I select the first blending mode in the darken section. See what happened. This area has become transparent, totally transparent. The light colors are all gone. Next comes multiply. See, what is the difference between darken and multiply? See, just observe the difference. Darken will keep some gray colors, but multiply will also make those gray colors transparent. So multiply is more effective than darken. So that is why we will be using this multiply blending mode a lot. See, all these dark blending modes, see these 5, darken, multiply, color burn, linear burn, darker color. These 5 blending modes will remove light colors and keep dark colors. Understand this? Okay, so see here, multiply. Then the third one is color burn. What is color burn? See, it is like if you burn a paper, what will happen? It will become black. Okay, so that kind of effect this color burn is going to give. See, this area has become totally black, and left side it is totally transparent. Means all the white colors and light colors are gone. And the next one is linear burn. See, linear burn is a milder version of color burn. Mild version. Okay, yeah. What is the doubt?
Sir, black in the black మొత్తం ఉంది కదా సార్. ఇక్కడ మొత్తం బ్లాక్ ఉంది కదా. దాన్ని తక్కువ చేసుకోవచ్చా? ఇక్కడ ఛాన్స్ డిఫాల్ట్ అలా ఉంటుంది.
ఆ బ్లెండింగ్ మోడ్ ప్రకారమే వస్తుంది అది మనం చేయడానికి ఏమి ఉండదు. ఆ బ్లెండింగ్ మోడ్కి బ్లెండింగ్ మోడ్స్ పవర్ ఏంది? బ్లాక్ని చూపించడం, వైట్ని తీసేయడం, లేదా వైట్ని చూపించడం, బ్లాక్ని తీసేయడం. సో వీ హ్యావ్ టు యూస్ different blending modes. Each blending mode has a separate speciality. Okay, see, next comes darker color. See, this is the very rare. We use this blending mode very rarely. Almost nobody uses this darker color blending mode. But what it is doing, it is just keeping the dark colors and removing the light colors. That's it. So now we have completed this darken blending mode. Now we will move on to the next blending mode, which is lighten. See now exactly the opposite of darken is lighten. What it is doing, see, removing the blacks and keeping the whites. So, and one more thing I want to tell you, lighten blending mode is opposite of darken, exact opposite. Okay, and what is the opposite of multiply? Anybody can tell? Opposite of multiply, screen. See, just in a sequence, everything is in a sequence. See, opposite of multiply is screen. See, you can also see the difference here, lighten and screen. See, lighten is keeping some of the gray areas, but screen is making them transparent, just like multiply. Understood? Then comes color dodge. See, color dodge is the exact opposite of color burn. So what color dodge is saying or doing? It is making everything white, pure white, like exposure. You know what is exposure? Exposure means full. It becomes very like bright afternoon sunlight. Okay. Then linear dodge. See, linear dodge is a lighter version of color dodge. Okay. See, lighter version. And then lighter color is like an opposite of darker color. Even this blending mode we don't use that much. Okay. So now we have completed these two blending modes. Okay. Next we will go to the contrast section. So in contrast section, okay, what are the blending modes? Overlay, soft light, hard light, vivid light, linear light, pin light, hard mix. Okay. So this contrast section is what it will do. See, first we will start with overlay. See here, this area is dark, full dark. This area is full white. Center area is totally transparent. So means this blending mode has retained the dark colors, light colors, but subtracted the gray colors. Means it has made the gray colors fully transparent. Okay. Next is soft light. See, soft light is like a milder version of overlay. See, you can see the difference. Overlay is little bit dark. Soft light is little bit mild. See. But even soft light has made this area a little bit dark and made this area a little bit light. Then next comes hard light. See, with hard light you can clearly see the meaning of this contrast blend mode. See, black is there, white is there, center is transparent. Okay. Then next one is vivid light. See, vivid light is like a combination of color burn and color dodge. If you use color burn and color dodge together, you are going to get vivid light. Okay. Next is linear light. See, linear light is a exact combination of linear burn and linear dodge. Okay. Pin light. Pin light is like a combination of darker color and lighter color. Okay. Hard mix. This hard mix blend mode we don't use that much. Okay. What it will do is it will only pick the 8 colors from the image. 8 colors are CMY, RGB and black and white. Okay. Right. The next comes difference blend mode. See, this is an interesting blend mode here. What it is doing, see, the moment you select difference, it has become like a negative. It's looking like negative. But the thing it has done is, see, right side we have black color, it has become white. Left side we have white color, it has become black. And center colors also, see, this area is actually has dark gray colors, they have become light gray. And this side it has become dark gray. So it has inversed. That is why it is called ulta blend mode. This section is inverse blend mode, is ulta blend mode. Okay. See, exclusion. See, the difference and exclusion are almost same. Only difference is exclusion will keep some gray areas. Difference will even make those areas transparent. Okay. Right. And then last one, subtract what it will do. See, understand this. Right side we have black color, that black is shifted to left side. Okay, by using the subtract blend mode. And the same thing divide will do. See what divide has done, left side we have white color, now that white is shifted to right side. So that is why this is called an ulta blend mode, ulta section. Okay, and final section, hue, saturation, color, luminosity. This one will have, this last section is called component section. This section will only have effect on colors. So I am going to get a different images now. Okay, so I will take this image of Bahubali. Yeah. Good. Okay. See, I have taken only the rainbow colors. See, rainbow colors I have taken. I have not taken black and white colors. Okay, because I am now using this last blend section. See, the moment you select hue, see, all of you should remember these words, hue. Hue means what? Hue means all colors except black and white. Black and white are actually special colors. They are different from other colors. Black is for full darkness, white is for full brightness, and the remaining things are actual colors, and those colors are called hue. Okay, see here. You can see how the colors blended here. Colors blended onto the bottom layer, or we can say base layer. Next is saturation. See, after hue, next one is saturation. What is saturation? Saturation means the thickness of the color. Concentrate, how much dark that color is, that is the meaning of saturation. After saturation, the next one is color. See, this is a blending mode we use a lot. Just if you want to, say for example, if you are having a black and white image, if you want to colorize that image, you will use this blend mode, color. How we will use, I will tell you in the coming classes. Okay, and the last and final is luminosity. This blending mode will only work on few images. This will be nice only on few images. What it will do is, it will pick the brightest colors. See, it is picking the brightest areas and showing them. So that is the meaning of luminosity. So this is the idea of blending modes. Now just what I will tell you is, I will just show you how we can practically use these blending modes. Okay, now you got the idea, na? Different blending modes. See, let me actually see, I am selecting this blood, and I am also selecting what flower. Okay, just see, what I will do is, okay, now I am going to ask one question to all of you. How we can remove this white color? Anybody can tell? How we can remove this white color? So yeah, we have to use a dark blend mode. See, means these 5 blend modes will remove the white color. See, light colors. See, all the white is gone, and we will use this multiply. See, multiply is looking nice, like some pan on the wall, or you can say blood on the wall. See, and you can also use color burn. Color burn is like some burning effect. Okay, like this. Linear burn also you can use. I will take one more image here. Just a minute. Let me check. So I think I have missed it. Just a minute. Image, I'm searching for one image. Yeah, I got it. Okay, see, I'm going to take this flame and put it on his hand like this. Okay, now I want to remove the black, so I have to use this, which blending mode? Okay, this one, second section. So see here lighten is okay, but better than lighten is screen has more effect. And one more advantage of this blending modes is, see, I will tell you what. If you want to intensify the effect of blending mode, you have to take duplicate. See, I am going to take a duplicate. See, Control J. See, now it has become more bright like this. Understood? And you can also try on this this one, hands. Okay, so where is that flame actually? Here. See, you can put them here, put it here. Okay, and then what you can do, you can use, see, but see what is happening here. See, you can see some problem here. So what is that problem? Here you can still see the background, because this area is transparent. Understood what I am saying? So this area is transparent. So how it should be actually? This should be actually, this should have some background here. See, like this, something like a background. And I also told you how to apply color to the background. Okay, Control backspace and Alt backspace. Okay, so like this, and we can merge these two layers. How to merge? Control E, like this. See, you can do something like this. Okay, all the and if you want more intensity, Control J. See, now it has more intensity. Understood? So this is the use of blending modes. Okay, so just last one assignment I will be giving you. Okay, then I will check your assignments. Yeah, why only one you want? See, what you have to do is, you have to create a building blast. Okay, using blending modes. So what is a building blast actually? So see, you have to take an image of like this. See, I have already downloaded this, and in case you want this image, you can select. See, this is a blast. You have to remove this black, and you have to show a building is getting blasted. Understood now? Something like this. Explosion is coming from a building, and that building is getting blasted. One thing. Second thing is, see, use the same show head injuries. Okay, head injuries with blending modes. We have, see, I showed you this that blood spill on bricks. Okay, like pan on the bricks. So you can use the same thing to show. Take a film actor, or you can use your photo also, and you have to show some injuries on the face using blending modes. Injuries like blood is coming from the head like that. Understood now? Or nose, or cheeks, or somewhere like injuries. And most important thing is, you have to use blending modes. Okay, right. Clear now everyone? Now I will check your assignment.